Hey folks, how you doing? This is Mark here, better known as Dr. Drone. I'm so glad that you had a chance to join us today. Man, oh man, you should have been out there with us. We were flying left and right. We were running from folks. We were running to folks. We were running to you. Now, this is a live call-in interactive show. And if you're interested in giving us a question or a comment, I want to tell you, you can just call us at this number that's right at the bottom of the screen. I want to make sure that you can give us a call, but first I want to answer a question. One of you have sent an email in about propeller use. You know, there are so many of you now that are getting drones that you have to ask Dr. Drone things like, how long will these propellers last? Well, these propellers, they tell us 8 to 10 hours of flight time is usually the max of which you want to stress on them. I got dozens of them, and they don't look any different, and they're still flexible. But I had such an investment in my drones that I want to make sure that I'm not going to fly the drone. I'm not going to fly the drone anywhere without having the best chances of success. So I advise to you to follow the suggestions that I've been reading online from other pilots. 8 to 10 hours in flight time on a set of props is probably the max that you want to use on these. And I don't know what you can do with them afterwards other than make a mobile or something. We'll figure that out later. But thank you for the question. Remember, if you have a question of Dr. Drone, all you have to do is ask us directly. You can go to our email. You can give us a call. Let me tell you, grab a pen right now, because some of you are just gutless. And I mean totally gutless. You're not going to call in anyway. And when you're talking to the television screen in your house, we can't hear you anyway. But if you want to give us your questions, comments, or just your overall opinion, one thing that you want to do is to make sure that you give us an email right here at 312-437-2230. That's 312-437-2230. And you want to make sure that you are going to email us as well. We'll take your emails at askdrdrone@gmail.com. Other than that, anybody got a light? I'm trying to get my cigar going here, and they tell me that I can't smoke in the studio, but Dr. Drone can do what he wants. Who is this guy next to me? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to a good friend who is now a pilot. And I mean, I'm so proud to know Tack. Tack, what's your last name?
Williams.
Where the hell you get a name like Tack anyway?
Okay, so it's pronounced Talk.
Oh, Talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
Like TikTok. So typically it would have an accent at the end of the K. But my real name is Takamero, and that was given to me by my mom, who was Japanese. She's passed away now. Mm-hmm. And my dad, who's African American, met my mom in the armed services.
What we name our children.
So because I had so many issues growing up in school, meeting people where the conversation would start with, what's your name? What's your name? How you pronounce it? How you pronounce it? I took on Talk.
Talk. Okay.
So Talk Williams.
Well, then I'll have to tell you my real name is Niconomacres.
See, that
Niconomacres is the Greek god of comedy. We have a caller already. Welcome to today's show.
Dr. Drone.
Hey, how you doing?
Wrong.
What'd you say?
Cap the right way. You said you want somebody to speak up, whatever, and I'm not gutless. Cop that cap the right way. You the elder in our community.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll you're absolutely right. Is that better?
Okay, I had to speak my mind. Take care. Thank you for taking the consideration.
Thank you. I appreciate that. See, he just really wanted to see my gray spot, Talk. You know, and I got this hole right here. It's so convenient. And I want to thank you for that, because I really want to feature my gray spot. I thought that, you know, once we started once we start just letting our hair grow, I can keep the rest of my
That's
hair
right.
cut, but I'm gonna let the gray spot keep growing and curl it into a horn like a unicorn.
There
What do
you
you
go.
think?
Yeah, I think that's great.
And if you all don't like it,
I think that's great.
you can apologize to me later.
There you go.
That's right. Now, Doc has a background that is just starting. His future is so bright because he's the newest pilot, the brand new pilot in the game, and the newest pilot of 2 weeks ago, right?
2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
2 weeks ago.
Doc,
Yes.
now, Doc, he's Doc Williams. He's an information technologist professional and a resident of the Chicago Bronzeville neighborhood.
This is true.
His goal is to fly drones commercially and develop courseware to prepare individuals to successfully take and pass the FAA Part 107 exam. On May the 26th of this year, Mr. Williams passed his FAA Part 107, and he goes, what kind of score did you get?
An 80.
80.
So I actually got 12 of the questions wrong.
I think that you need to take the test again because
See.
that 20%
See.
that you didn't pass on
Yeah.
might cost somebody's life.
That's true.
That's absolutely right. But congratulations.
Thank
just
you,
to
sir.
America's newest drone pilot. Now, a lot of people think it's so hard to do that, to get a pilot's license. Just the word pilot's license is really intimidating to a lot of people.
Sure.
But how long did you have to prepare? And, and what kind of schools did you go to? And what type of mathematics did you have to learn? And do you know the square root of 17?
Okay. They don't call him Dr. Drone for nothing, okay? So let me say this. There was no special math I had to take.
No?
There were some classes available online. There's some CBTs or computer-based training that's available for these guys with backgrounds in flying, and they're pilots and they have their license, they have their 107, they have some other license that gives them credentials to teach. All of that is available out there. There's actually some classrooms you can sit in. Now, me personally, I took a different route.
Did you?
Yes. Since the advent of social media, I am of the strong belief that we are in a position to create our own curriculum, choose our own professors, and go to the many resources that we have available to us.
To self-educate?
To self-educate.
One of my favorite books tells me, lean not into thy own understanding. So how did you do it?
So what I did was, I went to YouTube, and I chose some videos from YouTube that, where individuals spoke on the Part 107, the FAA Part 107 exam, and how to prepare for it. I also went to the FAA's website. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. The reason why I passed that exam was based on the resources available on the FAA's website.
So the FAA has a lot of that information ready, and tutorials are available on YouTube.
Yes.
That's some good stuff to know. But see, Dr. Drone is the doctor.
That's right.
And I have my PhD in drone technology. I'm also a licensed ship's captain.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a BMF besides.
A what?
We'll get to that later.
Okay. All right.
But a BMF I am, yes.
Okay.
Now, I want to make sure that you also know that this is a live call-in show, so use the number at the bottom here. We have a caller on the line right now. Oh, no, but wait a minute. We want to ask Tak another question first, because Tak, I'm telling you, I'm just interested in what type of work that you want to do. Are you trying to compete with me?
No, sir.
Well, how can I not believe that?
I cannot compete with the doctor.
Well, I mean,
that's off the table.
But everybody that's flying, wait a minute, what kind of drone do you have? Let's see. Is he telling the truth or is he... Wait a minute, he has the same drone. This is the same type of drone.
And that's what I love about it.
But wait a minute. I converted mine before. I took my teeth out and I put on here, and instead of a fighter drone, I made a biter drone.
And mine is specifically for calories. I have a calorific drone.
Calories?
A calorific drone.
You mean it can get some fat off of that behind of
It
yours?
can definitely get it.
Why? Do you have to go chase it?
Well, if I hit the right button, it goes away from me and I'm chasing it down the street. And that's pretty much what happens with my drone.
That's a good one. I think I'm going to tie my dog leash. I got a 30-foot leash. I'm going to tie it to my drone and walk my dog, Charlie. Charlie, the drone dog.
What I would say, going back to Dr. Drone's initial statement about am I trying to replace him or compete with him, here's why it's a flat no. The industry right now is so wide open. There is so many opportunities to educate, to create, to develop, where you can become an asset anywhere from a ground level technician to a support person all the way up to the engineer level.
What kind of money can you make? And wait a minute, you studied for 2 weeks. Don't tell me I can get rich off of this and I only have to study in 2 weeks.
No, it's not about getting rich off of it after studying for 2 weeks. But what this particular certification...
But Tack, I want to be rich.
You can get rich. But we have to start somewhere.
Okay, will it at least pay for my cigar habit?
It will definitely pay for cigar habits. I haven't seen
good cigars.
I haven't seen any of the salaries that jobs or opportunities for people who fly drones where they can only afford incense. It'll definitely pay for cigars. I can give you that.
That's pretty good. That's
Right?
pretty.
And if you want more information about what opportunities are out there, you could probably go to some of the major job search engines or companies or industries, and they list them all.
Wow. So there are employment opportunities, and some people have said this industry is really, really big now, but it's about to explode.
It is. It is.
Wow. So those people that are ready, tell me this, Tuck.
Sure.
What was the first thing that really introduced you to drone technology?
To be perfectly honest with you, the first thing that introduced me to drone technology were the reports on the late night news and the other news reporting that the military was using drone technology to do search and rescue as well as search and destroy.
Well, you know what interested me when I first got a drone, I think the first thing I did with it was clear the corners on my block.
Wow.
You know? Well, I didn't like the guys that were standing out there, and I was scared that they were going to beat my behind. So I figured if I took my drone and flew it down there and just hung around there and took pictures of them, that it would eventually intimidate them, and it did. And they never knew where it came from because I always flew my drone up and away from me, and then flew it around the block so that I could bring it back to me safely.
So they had no clue.
No, but I cleared them corners.
They scattered.
I cleared them corners because...
Now, I won't mention names. I won't even mention agencies. But you should be taking that technique and patenting that.
Well,
roll that out.
They told me that all lives matter.
That's right.
All lives matter.
They sure do.
It can work anywhere.
That's
it depends on. In fact, they were giving a barbecue around the other side of the block of this studio. How dare them give a picnic, a barbecue, and didn't invite Dr. Drone? And I'm thinking about taking some fish hooks and putting on the bottom of here and with the long string, and if I just fly past their barbecue grill, first of all, when I get close to their grill, they're going to back up.
Sure.
Because these blades, man, will be pretty powerful. I'm going to fly over their damn grill and grab a steak, a hamburger, or something off there and show them. They should have invited Dr. Drone.
Well,
we have another caller right now, and this caller wants to ask you a question or criticize about my...
I want to make a comment to you, Mark. And
don't criticize about my hat. I don't want to hear anything about my hat.
Mark, I ain't going to say nothing to you about your hat.
Well, then you can go right ahead and talk about whatever you like.
Well, listen, you one heck of a guy. People admire you and no...
Oh, stop. Just stop that. Please stop.
Well, it do, Mark. And you always a comedian. You're always doing something and something's coming in. I meant to stop up there on 93rd Street one day. I want you to do me a big favor, Mark.
What's that?
Put the cigar down. It shows too much.
What are you talking about,
Take the cigar
man?
down, Mark. I don't want you to think about it. Because, Mark, I know if you give me a suggestion, I know I'm going to take it and run away with it.
Look, I'm going to
But
press the
yeah.
button. You don't call up here correcting my behavior because Dr. Drone can do what he wants. Dr. Drone
Well,
has to do what he
I'm
wants.
sorry that I said that, Mark. I'm really sorry.
I'll
You
accept
got
your
my number,
apology,
call
but you
me
have to put it in
sometime.
writing. Next caller. Next caller. Hello? Wake up.
Hi, this is Tasha from Baltimore. I have a question for you guys.
Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore. My name is Tasha.
But this show is only aired in Chicago. How are you watching online?
Yes, I'm watching online.
That's what I keep telling all of my friends. They don't have to be at home and watching television. They can watch us on their cell phone. Welcome to today's show. What's your question or comment?
Well, I want to know what opportunities might be available for people wanting to be living out of flying drones.
Now, did you hear that question?
Yes. It sounds like the caller wants to know what opportunities are available for people interested in making a living flying drones. Okay, I'll just name a few real quick, the obvious, okay? We can start anywhere from someone entering into the real estate game, shooting real estate for companies, shooting construction for other companies, development, things like that.
Can I shoot music videos?
Music videos, weddings. A lot of people just want scenery shots. They just want 15 to 20-second video clips or some still clips.
What about pornography?
Pornography too. All of that is available. Okay, with the drones, what you have is actually the technology of video as well as capturing still pictures at an angle, at a speed, at an available way that's not readily available by that equipment now.
Well, you know, speaking of pornography, I just have to tell you, I read online, I read several places that 85% of all internet traffic, that includes all of the internet traffic from banking, from government, from schools, all 85% of all internet traffic is pornography related.
Wow.
So I don't know if we had some softer blades, we could try and incorporate this into the business. But trust me, if you haven't seen it yet, you will see some videos, some adult videos that include aerial photography shots.
This is true.
Absolutely.
This is true.
Absolutely. So, in other words, the sky is the limit.
It's the limit.
There's no end to the things that you can really do with drones. Now, tell me, there are many drone pilots.
Sure.
I mean, look at you. You came out of nowhere on me.
That's right.
And you heard of me through where?
I actually heard of you through the cable network.
Okay, so there are many people that are becoming drone pilots very quickly. And I have to ask you, what makes you so different? What's going to set you aside from all of the rest of the drone pilots? Because our viewers need to know, if they get into this, what are the things they need to do to be different?
Well, I'll say this. It's just like any other field that you get in. It definitely applies to becoming a drone pilot and being the best at your game. You have to give more than what's required, okay? You have to put forth the additional things, the effort. You have to bang on your craft. You have to beat your craft, and that applies for anything. So when it comes to making myself available or providing a service for a client with the drone, they may ask for one particular thing, but I'm probably going to deliver 2 or 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Well, we're going to show some of the equipment that you brought here.
Sure.
Because a person, most people want to know what type of investment do I have to make, and I warn you ahead of time, don't talk about any
Sure.
specific companies or anything.
Okay.
All of these drones look like this. They're generic. They're generic. You can build your own. we want to make sure that we're training people and showing folks how to operate them. So we do a weekly training at 8500 South on Francisco at 9 a.m. every Tuesday. That's every Tuesday at 9 a.m. You were at the last fly-in.
Yes, sir.
How did you like it?
I loved it.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I really enjoyed it because of the energy that the people who participated brought to the field.
We had 9 people
great.
come out, and everybody got a chance to fly a drone. Most of the folks flew a drone for the first times in their lives.
Yes.
And the International Stevenson Foundation, our focus mainly is to help ex-offenders and people in recovery from substance abuse with opportunities to rebuild their lives. You see, a lot of folks don't want to hire these kind of people, but they have the ability to be entrepreneur. And you're an entrepreneur. You're starting your own business and getting into this as well. But first, I want to make sure that you get this information, that you can ask Dr. Drone. You can you can send us an email at askdrdrone@gmail.com, or you can call us at 312-437-2230. And if you really need our address to send me a new cigar, I'll make sure that I give it to you right away, okay? So you can, all you have to do is call me. I take pride in never having my my voicemail filled up at all. Now, what really do you have here? Let me move this iPad out of or this tablet.
So, Dr. Drone,
out of your way.
as you stated, I have a drone, okay? And typically, most of the drones, they come in a form factory similar to this.
These 4 helicopters.
These are 4 helicopters. Some of them have 8, some have 6. Some are a little shorter than this, some of them are a little longer than this. You may see bigger or smaller. You may see some advanced features in one versus the other.
You think you're smart, don't you?
I learn from you. I'm learning from the best.
Oh, he's got the right answer. Ding, ding, ding. Right answer.
That's the bottom line.
Oh, man.
Catch me next week. After we come back from Hayes, from the park next week.
Hayes Park, 9 o'clock
catch me
on
next
Tuesday.
week, all right? Because that's where I'm bringing that energy in that we captured through the park.
There you go.
So now, this particular drone, like most drones, it has sensors. It has a camera. This one has sonar. It has these different features.
What kind of sensors that do they have on these drones today, and what are they used for?
Most of these sensors in this type of drone are for collision avoidance.
So if we show the viewers, I don't know if we can see this from our overhead. Yeah, we can. If we show the viewers, on the side of the drones, you have what's called sensors to keep the drone from running into other objects. This is where the battery goes. Oh, they got sensors here. There are sensors on the bottom to make sure that you don't crash into anything. And why are these sensors so useful again?
Oh, these sensors are so useful because when you're flying the drone, even though you have a line of sight, you can see the drone. Your perspective on that, which what appears to be a 3D image or a 2D image from where you're standing to where the drone is, your judgment may be a little off. And sometimes, even though the video is being streamed back to the controller or the device that you're using to view what's going on, it's sometimes a delay in that. So the drone helps out with that technology by detecting a certain distance, depending on the type of drone, that something's there.
So I don't have to worry about this thing flying into me and cutting my throat.
In fact, Dr. Drone demonstrated in front of the group. And I was a little nervous because Dr. Drone's drone might have special things going on. But it stopped.
Oh, my goodness, my goodness. Oh, I can't believe that the show has come to a close. We got to close the show. It's so quick. And we just started talking. My goodness, man. But again, if you are interested in joining us, we will be at Hayes Park on this coming Tuesday at 9 a.m., and that's located at 8500 South Francisco. Here's my number once again, just in case. Let's see, we got it right like that, okay? And make sure that you give me a call. We'll give you more information, you know, and I can tell you, man, I think mine's is better than yours.
You know what? I want to come back on your show.
I think so.
His is better than mine's. Everybody write that down.
Well, we got to find out who can fly him the best.
There you go.
Boy, oh boy, thank you so much for coming
Sir,
on today's
I appreciate
show.
you.
I appreciate
and everything
you.
that you're giving to the community.
And
help this
now,
whole industry move
The only
forward.
thing I can say is, Mama, get the coffee ready. The kid, he's on his way.